Welcome to We've Done The MAFS, a pedestrian TV vodcast. We are getting to the pointy end of this experiment.
Couples are quite literally falling apart at this stage, aren't they?
I'm Jules, rangi heiwe, podcaster, failed reality TV star and lover of all things trash telly.
And I'm Chantelle Schmidt, Pedestrian TV's Married at First Sight recapper. All right, so this episode, we're going to look back at the week that was.
That couple swap.
I know. So I'm really excited because we have Al Perkins from last season of MAFS coming in today to talk about it, and I am so keen to get his thoughts.
He looks so loose. He looks like he would just run his mouth, which we're all about here on this couch.
Do you think he's going to make us do a shoey? I'm actually nervous.
Well, I've just gone alcohol free, so you can do it for us.
True and no.
Let's get into it. Chance, the thing that I have issue with that came out in the last episode and the dinner party was Cam dropping very subtly, can I say 7 weeks into this experiment, that he sometimes works away for months. And I'm talking like 6 months to a year. I heard a year. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, what a piece of ass. That is so horrible. What the fuck, right? Like, you've had all of this time to tell your wife about the fact that you have this situation. I understand that he's just received a call and, you know, it's more months and whatever. But I'm like, how are you guys in a relationship and not having these conversations? I think it speaks volumes about those two as a pair.
Because I've been reading his job title on the screen every night, carpenter. Is that not a very, very well-known job that can be done anywhere in Australia?
Always a chippy from the end too.
Well, he doesn't want to move and he's got a very overbearing mum. I don't know why the fuck he's on this show, to be honest.
I don't know. I feel like Cam has been this man-child that has been developing throughout the season, right? And I think that he is going to learn a lot from this experience, and I think that looking back, he's not going to look great, you know? Like the fact that he's basically said that he said on his application that he would move for love.
Dagger to Lyndall's heart. Did you see it go in at the dinner party?
Yeah.
Her heart was breaking.
Yeah, but is it? I don't know. I just don't know with this bloody show. Like,
do you not think that they're legit?
I think that Lyndall was more hurt by the fact that he doesn't like her enough to move for her than she was about the fact that the prospect that this man's not going to be in her life anymore. You know, and I think that's actually speaks very true of a lot of situations that we're in when we are broken up with, or, you know, a relationship breaks down. Are we actually sad about the person that we're losing, or is our ego a little bit hurt?
Your ego's hurt, hey, because you're thinking, fuck, in my head, I've made the next 30 years for us.
Yeah.
And same we do it on the first dates.
Yeah.
They're like, tick, I can see 3 months with you, I can see 6 months with you, and it hasn't even been 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's a real problem that I have.
Yes, it is for the both of us.
Yeah.
Would you move for love?
If love slapped me on the face, I would be like, I will do anything for it. In the past, when I feel like I was maybe a little bit more optimistic about my future, I probably would have been a little bit more hesitant to do it. And, you know, there is proof of that in my past with, you know, someone that I met from Germany, angel man, but I just wasn't in the position in my life to move for him. But I think if you truly love someone enough, then you can do it. Would you?
Look, I feel like I've met the love of my life, but I also feel like
Julia.
I know. Fuck, he's gonna love this too because I never say that stuff. But I also feel like I'm finally getting somewhere with my career, as you know, after years and years of doing basically free labor. So I'm always gonna. Right now, no, I'm being way too selfish because I feel like what's these 10 years in Sydney been for nothing. And also I just don't trust men all that much. So I'm going to say no, unless it's somewhere to like LA or New York or somewhere where I could probably piggyback off. But I'm not moving to the Northern Territory.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, Did you hear Harrison's comment where he's like, well, maybe you could do accounting remote work, Lyndall? And I'm like, okay, well, here's the thing. Moving to LA, moving to New York, that's exciting. And then you can literally hide behind the fact that I'm moving for love, but really you're like, I get an opportunity to do it. Like, hell yeah. But then if someone asks you to, it's really about where you're moving, right? And it's about compromise. Like, no one's going to, you know, really, really remote areas where there's nothing else to do other than sit with your own thoughts.
Yeah.
To like, that's going to be a detriment to the relationship anyway, right? So it's not happening. Lyndall and Cam, it's over. It's not happening. I don't think anyone really saw them going past hometowns anyway, right?
No. Oh my gosh. I just realised Lyndall has to go to Cam's hometown with his mother.
Well, if she stays this week.
If she stays, will this be the end of Lyndall and Cam? Are you saying, what are your thoughts?
As if this isn't going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Just those parents meeting again, or, you know, however the bloody homestays work, just any parents being involved with Cam and Lyndall's relationship, it's over. Goodbye, good riddance, see you later. It's been fun.
Shant, I can't believe we're talking about this again. I just want to touch on it very briefly because I feel like this is how viewers are feeling. Fucking Melinda and Layton can't sort their shit out.
Okay, let's rewind. Have we ever talked about these people before, or are we talking about last week when I was sick in my bed?
Oh, I think I'm cheating on you. I'm cheating on you in front of everyone. But I just feel like the last 5 episodes, the reason why I'm feeling fatigued is I'm like, oh, I'm bored of this storyline. Come on, producers.
I think it's been really interesting this week to see Melinda be vulnerable. You know, obviously it's horrible to see someone cry. I actually really fuck with Melinda. I think she's really like badass chick, like into it. But this week it was hard to see. It wasn't hard. Let's not pretend I'm more invested in these people than I am. It was interesting to see them show how much they actually like each other. Like, I didn't really know. I just thought they were like, yeah, you're cool, you make money, I make money. And
a beautiful thing, yeah.
Doing their thing. And I knew that they fight, but it just kind of didn't seem like that big of a deal. But then to see how upset she got when he didn't come back.
Well, I think that's just it. I think for me personally, and you would know this, that if I feel truly misunderstood, you kind of, that's the only way you feel like you can show emotion is when you're like, no one understands me. Like I feel so misunderstood. Yeah. But I do fuck with his argument style. I really like him. I find him really diplomatic and down the line.
Yeah, I don't. I just think
this is wild to me. This is you in like a male form. Very fair.
I'm very logical but I still feel like I have some kind of emotion behind it. Like his emotion is more, let's get to the bottom of this, let's sort it out, kind of like a bit of anger, I think, in there. Not in a way that he, you know, is aggressive at all, but, you know, he's obviously worked up. But I think that I'm like, well, this makes me feel this way and I can see how it makes you feel that way. But he's not really... in his arguments, he's not really talking about feelings, I don't think. He's just going, why would I do that? You know, and I get the logical side of things, but I think it just wouldn't hurt for Layton to just bare his soul a little bit, you know. Okay,
well, on that note, predictions. Let's go Melinda and Layton first. Do you think, you know, the producers are setting them up perfectly to write Leave? Do you think they'll actually do it or no?
I think that Layton's going to stick it out. I think they're going to go to final vows because at this point, like, are they even going to have a finale episode with the amount of couples that aren't going to make it, you know? And I think that what they're trying to do is to create some suspense for finale to make us actually wonder what they're going to say and say yes or no. Do I think that they're going to work outside of the experiment? Like, probably not.
Probably not. Or if they do, far out, I reckon they would actually be a great couple. If they can just get past how they argue, I reckon they'd be perfect for each other.
But this is what I'm saying. If he just shows emotion, then maybe, not shows emotion, but if he just takes it down a notch and just like actually feels what he's feeling, expresses how he's feeling, then in a way that is a little bit more productive for their relationship, kind of meet her halfway, then I think that they would have a hot chance. And I agree, they would be the best. Domination. Yeah.
All right, maybe not domination. Alyssa and Duncan.
Okay. My friend might get angry at me for this, but I just want to read out a message that I received after she watched the episode because I was screaming. It was so good. I think that it perfectly encapsulates the feeling of watching Duncan cry this week. Okay. Just finished watching tonight's episode of MAFS. Australia has WAP watching Duncan cry.
don't know why that took me 2 seconds. I was like, we have what? Yes, we have wet ass pussies.
Bucketing them up.
That is so true. He's so emotionally switched on. It is the hottest thing ever. For a second there, I was like, oh, Prince Charming, you've got a bit boring.
Yeah.
But nah, so hot.
Yeah, he's really proven himself to be the perfect man.
Yeah. I want to bang my head against the wall watching Alyssa, and I've talked about this last episode, but just watching her subconsciously tear that relationship apart.
It's a shame. Even at the commitment ceremony last week, I love the way that Mel Schilling basically said to Alyssa, buck the fuck up. You got the best groom in the experiment. Obviously, she didn't say this, but that's what I heard was that, you know, she was saying, are you serious, woman? Like, we gave you the best one and you're doing this?
You're ruining it.
Like, meet this man halfway. That was what was pissing me off the most. And you know what? I took real issue. I want to see your thoughts on this, but when she was saying to him, you don't understand what it's like to have children, you will never understand. And basically, that's just never going to happen unless you also have children. What are your thoughts?
I think it's just setting them up for failure at because that's what she's bringing with. I'm actually so sick of hearing that. Clearly, we can't understand. Alyssa, sorry, we can't understand. But I'm so sick of hearing that rebuttal every time. And this will just be the demise of their relationship because she keeps bringing that up.
I take personal issue with it because I'm just like, okay, who's to say that Duncan doesn't want kids, that he hasn't wanted kids in his life, and that his life hasn't panned out in the way that he thought it would. I would be really pissed off if a person said to me, you don't get it, you don't have kids, blah, 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 because I thought once upon a time in my life that my life would look like I had marriage and kids right now. If someone said that to me, I would feel upset. I think it would feel like a personal attack just because I didn't, you know, tick these traditional emblems of success that society has dictated for us. Like, how dare I not have a kid at 36? Fuck, sorry.
And I think as well, our whole lives we've been told, never settle, never settle. And then when's the mark when suddenly it's, you wouldn't understand, you don't have kids. It's like, oh, fuck, we can't win.
Just to confirm, I'm not 36. I don't know why I said that. I think Duncan's 36. I don't know, TBC.
Yeah. So he's still a young buck.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really want to get Al on because I'm desperate to talk to him about that couple swap. What are your predictions for homestays?
Homestays, Lyndall and Cam is going to be a bin fire. You know, I'm tired.
Great word.
I'm tired. Who else? Melinda and Layton, I think that they're going to reconnect, you know, with the families, and the mums and the dads are going to be like, you two are perfect for each other. This is everything you've wanted. And that's going to, you know, rekindle some love. Yeah. And then who else is there? I'm all confused with all the...
boring, Tiny and Ollie. Boring.
Tiny and Ollie, but haven't we already seen them meet their family and friends? I'm confused.
Well, I think they're actually going to their home states this time. So she's going WA, he's coming New South Wales.
Okay, well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to see the living conditions of your spouse.
Or Harrison Bronte?
They're not making it to next week. No, she's got to leave. I'm sick of this shit show.
I don't even want to give them that much airtime because I'm so bored of them. I'm so upset at her, which we shouldn't be. You know, she is a victim, I find, in this situation, but fuck me.
I'm just over it. I'm tired. It's enough. Evelyn and Rupert, thoughts?
Yeah, they'll survive until the last, but at the final vows, they'll just be like, we're really good friends.
I'm so down to see his final vows. Just because
he's growing on me. You were right. He's growing on me a lot.
I am loving how he's just batting for her,
and
he's sticking up for her, being a real good spouse lately.
That is king energy, if any guys want to know.
All right, enough of our predictions.
I'm so excited.
Let's bring Al on. Let's bring him in. I'm very, very excited for this.
Let's do it. The time has come to talk about that couple swap, and we needed to get a reality star, should we say expert or just fiend? Because this boy has been on Married at First Sight, Love Island. It's Al Perkins.
Yeah. What an intro.
I don't know where I was going with that, but let's just go. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I'm going to start off with a controversial question straight off the bat.
Yeah, give it to me.
Who is in this season of Married at First Sight, who is your most disliked groom? One of the boys.
I'm a big boys boy, so it's hard to say, but I'm going to say probably my most disliked groom has got to be Shannon.
Great answer.
Yeah,
Strong answer.
Shannon. Look, the things he said, it even shocked me. And I say some questionable shit. I say some rogue stuff, and even that makes me shocked. You know, the stuff he said. And obviously, yeah, you can say like, oh, he's being honest, but it's just condescending, if you know what I mean.
I'd actually love to hear this from a male opinion, what he said that you took issue with. Because there's a lot of things he said, right?
Yeah.
I want to know what really pissed you right off about what he said.
Oh, definitely about when he's mentioned that he wouldn't have gone back to his ex if the girl walking down the aisle was better looking.
What is that? That is such a horrible thing to say.
Like, imagine being the girl, like, imagine hearing that.
But
like, I got thick skin, and if someone said that to me, I'd probably cry.
But that is shifting the blame as well. Like, it's your fault.
Yeah, exactly. It's your
Dude.
fault. Oh, I got back to my ex because you weren't good looking enough.
Yeah.
And it's not like, and also you got to remember, like, this stuff is going to get shown all around Australia. So, like, it's sort of humiliating for her, you know, someone saying that about her, you know, with the whole of Australia knowing that. Anyway, so yeah, I really, really hope she gets another chance on MAFS again, or another crack at love. But yeah, he's probably my most disliked groom for sure.
Or maybe she'll follow suit like you and go on to Love Island.
Go on Love Island, yeah, or maybe Bachelorette.
Oh,
yeah, there's options.
wouldn't that
There's
be?
options.
Is that alive still, or is that dead, that franchise?
I think Bachelor and Bachelorette might be dead in the water. I think it might be over.
Well, speaking of shows, you've been on MAFS and then Love Island.
Yeah.
Is there a couple or is there a single bride or groom from this season that you could see in the villa?
I think out of this season of MAFS, probably one of the grooms I could see is probably Duncan going into the villa.
Amen.
He's a hunky dude. Like, he's a good looking lad. And I feel like he would be a good bomb going in, and he'd turn heads. Like, I know girls love him. And have you seen him shirtless?
Yes.
Many times.
I've seen him shirtless and him eye drool. So I think that
I feel like
he's
I've seen
made
him
it.
shirtless more than I've seen him with clothes on this point.
Yeah, well, I'm not complaining.
We're not complaining.
Totally.
And I think, and I've heard rumours, you know, people want him to be the next Bachelor if things don't work out, potentially. So
Wow, that is great. I didn't think of that.
I heard rumours that he was meant to be the last Bachelor, like that he's been pitched
Oh,
for.
I've heard that, yeah.
Him
as
and
well.
Harrison. Could you get two more polar opposite people?
Oh, wow. That'd
Yeah.
be, yeah, shit. I don't know if that would help the Bachelor or just knock it out of the park.
How's all the Bachelor MAFS chat this year, hey? There's like real crossovers.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you've been on not only 2 reality shows, but 2 dating reality shows.
Yeah.
How accurately do you think these shows reflect you as a partner in real life?
Look, to be honest, it depicts me pretty spot on. Like, the stuff I say, I own it. I take accountability for everything I've done. You know, I didn't act like the best way on the shows. I acted very immature, very silly. But in saying that, I do like to play it up a little bit for the cameras as well. And I do like to have a good time. And I'm not always like really hyper 24/7 doing shoeys like every moment I can get. I'm like, I'm super laid back. Like,
Is that why the shoes are off? Are you ready to do a shoey? God, I'm not ready. Don't make me do it.
I've done so much, my throat's going. But but in all, like it depicts me pretty well, pretty spot on. And I guess going on 2 dating shows and failing at both, I am hopeless at finding love.
But okay, so when you say failing at both, right? We all know what happened on MAFS, but I mean, Love Island, you would say you were pretty successful, right? Like,
Actually, yeah, no, true that. Yeah. I changed my answer. On Love Island, I ended up leaving with a girl called Jess. I don't know if you guys watched it.
I did, yes.
But amazing girl. And it was a very different experience being on Love Island. I felt like it was more exhausting as well.
Love Island was more exhausting.
Yeah, a little bit more exhausting. I feel like because you got to be on 24/7.
Yeah.
Where like MAFS, they come in, they film, they go away. You got your phone on you can go on TikTok, you can take your mind off things. Love Island, you got no phone, you got no clocks, no TV, no music. You just have to like talk. There's only so much you can talk about, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting that you say that, because from the sounds of it, it sounds like you were actually portrayed better in Love Island. Do you think that you were perhaps, and we're kind of seeing it with Harrison this week, he is kind of clicking on that he might be the villain and he's really acting up to it. Do you feel like you were being pushed into a certain character and you were like, I may as well play up?
100%. Especially on Love Island, before going in, I said to myself, I'm going to be the biggest fuckboy in this villa. Like, I want to make good fucking television. I want to be a fuckboy. I'm gonna try, you know, like get to know every single girl, kiss girls, this and that. And I ended up just staying with the same girl the whole way through.
Wow.
Yeah, refresh my memory. Did you obviously kissed other people in the challenge, but otherwise it was just Jess the whole time?
It was just Jess, yeah. I kissed another girl before Jess on like a date before I got to choose other people. But then once I got with Jess, I stayed with her the whole way through.
All over
And
Red Rover.
I think I was one of the only people to be in the one couple the whole way.
Yeah, and she was an absolute weapon.
Yeah,
was
10
she
out
not?
of 10 weapon,
Yeah.
she says. Yeah. But no, so that was my sort of character, as you like to say.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to fall into being just like a fuckboy and try and be very just be a bit of a player, but I couldn't really do it. So, yeah.
Do you feel like now you've reverted back to your player ways?
Oh, definitely not. No. So once I finished the villa, once I finished on Love Island, I was sort of out of that party phase because after MAFS, me and all the boys, Brent and Ella and Jack and everyone, we'd non-stop went out like every second day, and we were just like going to events, drinking, and it was real heavy on the body, doing club appearances, flying all around Australia, and then go on to Love Island. I was sort of a bit exhausted from all that, and so I was a bit like, I'm kind of looking forward just to getting back in the thick of things and getting healthy again. And once that all finished, everyone else sort of started doing everyone from Love Island started going through their party phase.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone does that when they come off a reality TV show.
Yeah.
And I was sort of a bit over that. And so, I wasn't really a player then.
You must be exhausted.
Yeah, it was tiring. Yeah,
That's a lot of partying.
It's been a big 12 months.
Yeah.
But in saying that, that's probably the funnest part to come out of going on reality TV shows is the club appearances.
Yeah.
I know it sounds really cheesy, but
No.
it's like...
You're getting paid for these, right?
Yeah, you're getting
Oh,
paid for them.
fuck.
You're getting
We
paid.
would have made millions if we
Yeah.
could get paid for partying.
I bet. And it's like the funnest thing. I loved it. Like, I was like getting paid to party. I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
And people would like actually line up to come see you at a club. And I was like, what? That's so weird.
Yeah.
So I just took advantage of it and just went with it.
Speaking of your real life, I want to talk about your love life. Has being on TV so much hindered your love life?
Oh, that's a good question. I think being on TV, you sort of get attention from a lot of people on the outside in clubs and things like that. So you don't know who's genuine or who's not, if you know what I mean. So like when you're meeting people on the in clubs and stuff, and they're coming up to you and you're like, oh, like I love to see you and I love seeing you, blah blah blah. You kind of think they just kind of like me because they saw me on television, don't like me from who I am right now. Like I'm a little bit of a different person who I was on television, who I am now, and and then you do meet people and they won't even mention that you're on TV, but they kind of know, but they still try to get to know you.
I reckon that's worse.
It's worse. They're trying to hide a little bit. So
Sneaky clout chasers.
It does. Like, I don't want to say like I'm suspicious of people, but because I like to be open-minded and give everyone a fair chance. But I definitely you have your guard up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So if someone sees you at Ravisi's, what do they need to say to you for you not to think that they're a clout chaser?
They just got to say, I'm not a clout chaser.
They're lying, right?
Should they acknowledge it?
gullible.
Should they say like, oh my gosh, you look so familiar? Like, should they acknowledge it or just don't talk about it, please?
No, acknowledge it.
Okay.
I feel it's better. Just don't hide anything. Just talk to me if you want to talk about it. Like, I'm happy to talk about it anyway.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to know people's true intentions.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And
Well, there we go, ladies of eastern suburbs.
Yeah.
You've got your in.
no,
Saying,
Make sure
"Hey,
you
Al
mention
from
it.
MAFS."
Yeah.
but I got a girlfriend now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she.
How long have you been together?
We're officially since like about, what's the date now? It's like March. So
It's
the
the
screensaver.
screensaver. Okay, so it's serious. It's serious.
Yeah, it's serious.
I'll just quickly delete my last 3 questions.
Yeah, so it's been about a month. Yeah.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was really hard, like, probably for her as well, like dealing with it all because being just coming off 2 shows and having like all this like attention on me and stuff like that. It does put a little bit of pressure, but she's the best.
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out.
And she's just, she hasn't been on any other shows or anything as
No,
well.
no shows. I don't think she'll go on a show in a while.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
great. You've
appreciate
been
that.
able to take the learnings from both 2 shows.
Yeah.
know?
Hopefully, yeah.
This is your 3rd girlfriend in life. 2 of them have been televised.
Yeah, and I've been married once. And
You're going backwards.
going backwards. Yeah.
Love that for you.
All right, well, we want to talk about what happened this week on MAFS. And I think, is it this the first time, Shants, that we've ever had a couple swap?
Yeah.
An official couple swap?
John Aiken saying world first.
Wow.
He really hammed it up, right?
Yeah. Well, we want to get your thoughts. Would you be down for it? Who would you want to be swapped with?
Oh shit. Look, when I first heard about the couple swapping in the MAFS, I was a little bit outraged because I feel like it's just like it's not going to happen in reality. Like who?
Unless you're a swinger.
Let's just swinger, yeah. Let's just swinger. But like, who couple swaps, man?
Yeah.
Like, why is that? Because you're meant to do things in the show that's going to be that you're going to get challenged on in the outside. So I was a bit like, that's a bit unrealistic. But anyway, if a test's a test, like
I think
this
it would
is
have
the
been
ultimate test.
Agreed. I think it would have been more realistic if they did it second week. And actually would have been way better to watch because that's when
Yeah.
people were like Claire and Jesse would have cheated a lot faster or something,
100%.
People who were already rocking.
100%, yeah. So, look, I think I heard the experts talking about it, and I understand why they're doing it, and I think it's the ultimate test. So if you pass this, you're solid.
When you say ultimate test, do you think like ultimate test to see, like, do you think that the intention was like, let's see who cheats?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
100%, I reckon.
Yeah, so Jules is right. If they did it early, they would have got more
would have
cheating.
got
But
more
then,
way more.
Yeah.
because they've done it later, they can actually evaluate and like give good opinions on where the
Yeah.
relationship's at now. Because I would say that getting an opinion from someone early in a relationship could be of a detriment to a relationship. Would you
Yeah.
agree? I mean, you're 1 month in, so how far in did you tell your friends about your partner? And did you take their opinions on board, or were you like, just let me do my thing?
Yeah, I'd sort of I like to listen to everybody, but I always end up just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. But yeah, this couple swapping, man, I'll tell you what, I think it should rustle some feathers, but it's good television at the end of the day.
Great.
That's what I like to see. I don't care like what they have to do, but if they make good television, that's key.
Al, for your season, if this swap were to have happened, who would you absolutely hate to get paired with?
Carolina.
That was a firm answer.
Yeah, Carolina, definitely. I didn't get a show on camera, but we definitely had a few conversations, and every conversation was like she was telling me how to like lead in my relationship, give me advice, and just like it wasn't like nice advice. It was more like I'm a shit husband, and I was just like, you're a shit wife. And
Yeah.
this is before she even cheated as well.
Yeah.
So like it was and then I was just like, I don't like this girl.
I'd forgotten all about her.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for bringing her back up.
Dig in my brain to think about it.
Yeah. Well, I like that you didn't just say Olivia like everyone else would. You know?
Nah, Carolina. I get along with everybody, and I can say that I get along with Carolina as well. But I say I don't think it would work.
No, I love that answer.
Yeah, and she said like I was like her son, and I'm really annoying and stuff like that as well. So
It's stuck with you, obviously.
she definitely would have hated me.
Okay.
So Al, every guest that we get on, we play a little game of fuck, marry, leave. Okay. So out of all of the brides that are on the show right now, who would you fuck? Who would you marry? And who would you get out of there for?
Okay, I would fuck Melinda. I would marry Janelle
Yeah, good answer.
and leave Alyssa.
Oh,
Great answers.
Yeah. I think because I haven't watched too much of the show, but they're all amazing people. You know, I'm not gonna say Alyssa's like really rude or mean or anything, but
They're characters,
They're characters, yeah. I think Duncan's handled it really well, but I don't think I'd handle it as well as him. So I'd leave.
All right, well, we better wrap up. But Al, thank you so much for coming in. We've loved having your thoughts about the current MAFS cast.
Yeah.
A
That
few
was
shockers
whole-
in there.
that was interesting. I think that some of those answers are surprising, but you know what? Like, I expected
surprising
chaos from
guy.
you. You're full of surprises.
That was another episode of We've Done The MAFS, a Pedestrian TV podcast. You can follow us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
In the meantime, catch up on all the goss on Pedestrian TV's We've Done The MAFS newsletter.
See you next week.
Bye.